All right, good morning, 604. How we feeling?
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Miss Manala, Miss R.
Good
Morning, good morning.
Good
My
morning, good morning.
internet is very unstable, just to let you guys know.
Whose internet?
Mine.
Oh, okay, Miss B. Thanks for letting us know. We appreciate that. All right, folks. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with multiplying and dividing equations. So we're doing the same method we used Monday and Tuesday where we used the wall method, right? And when we had addition, we did the opposite, which was subtraction. And when we had subtraction, the inverse was addition. Today, we're going to deal with multiplying and dividing equations. It's the same exact thing, the wall method, right? And inverse operations, we're just going to either be multiplying or dividing. And the check is the same thing. Equation substitute, number equal number. So today, we're either going to multiply or divide. So, Kalani Roman, you're going to be the assistant. Can you type in the chat box, learning target page is going to be read by Adam. Miss Canella is going to do problem 1, and Mr. R is going to do problem 2. And then problem 3, Kalani, is going to be done by you. And problem 4 will be Abigail and Leanna. And then the backups or the assistants are going to be Caleb, Brandon, and Abigail. Oh, no, and Emma, sorry, because Abigail's already doing one. Right, Abigail? Yeah, okay, Emma, go get your pencil, dear. She's a really fast typist, Miss Kalani Roman over here. Don't forget, today is advisory with me. So if I'm your advisor, Abigail and Leanna, make sure you meet with me today at 12:20. It'll be a very quick check-in. Remember, all cameras need to be turned on. If cameras are not turned on, I'm going to give Mr. R and Ms. Burgos hosting privileges. They will just one of us will put you in the weight room if you don't turn your cameras on, or let everybody know why it's off, because we care about each other here. Oh, I don't want to make him host. Hold on. I want to Ms. Burgos. Okay, so now we have 3 co-hosts. We have 3 hosts and co-hosts in here. Ms. Burgos, Mr. R, and myself. Let's get the show on the road. Kalani, you're going to be reminding us who does what. So I'm going to present the screen. Just a reminder. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, I forgot to tell you guys something. We had a meeting yesterday, and we just want to reiterate or recap some important info. Maybe you heard it in your first class. You guys are only required to do 150 minutes of math for iReady. Let me repeat that again. We only require 150 minutes of iReady. That's 2.5 hours every week. It's due on Fridays. When you reach that mark, you're done. You don't have to do 8, 9, 6 hours, just that time. Once you are done, you need to make sure that you do all your work in all your classes, because it's come to our attention that students are coming to math and ELA, science, and social studies, but they're not doing their work in all their subjects, and you have to do everything for every class. If you need support with that, you need to reach out to your teachers and attend their office hours, and they'll help you. Are we clear? Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, your 150 minutes of iReady is done. Today in class, there will be no exit ticket because the independent practice is a little bit longer than usual. So we figured, why don't we just give a little longer independent and scratch the exit ticket so you have more practice because it's new. So all you are responsible for today are 3 things. Independent practice, your notes every day that Mr. R already put the screenshots in, and your 30 minutes of iReady. Okay, as soon as we finish the work, you go right to those 3 items. Are we clear? Okay, let's go. Kalani is going to start us off. Whoa, I got too many things open right now. Hey, Mr. R, I don't think we closed out the iReady. I mean, not the iReady, the form. Can you close it out when you get a moment, please? Because we need everyone to focus. All right, so I'm going into 604. Here are the class notes that Mr. R put up. So here is the student's Zoom link, and here's what we're doing today. Okay, here we go. You only have to write down the learning target today, just the learning target. Kalani Roman, who is reading this entire first page for us?
Adam.
All right, Adam. I'm going to read everything on here, okay? Just give us a second for it to come up. All right, Adam, take it away, young man. It's all you. Thursday, January 14th of 2021. Go.
Learning target. I can write and solve equations that include multiplication and division that relate to real-world problems. Today we will learn how to write and solve equations that include important vocabulary words. Equation is a mathematical statement stating that two expressions are equal. Example, e plus 4 equals 15. Evaluate means to solve, or for example, w minus.
Abigail Torres, can you pick up because his internet's unstable? Can you start with the learning target again because it was hard to hear him, please?
Learning target. I can write and solve equations that include multiplication and division that relate to real-world problems. Lesson notes. Today we will learn how to write and solve equations that include multiplication and division to relate to real-world problems. Important vocabulary words. 1. Equation is a mathematical statement stating two expressions are equal. Example, e plus 4 equals 15. 2. Evaluate means to solve or figure out the solution to the equation problem. Example, w minus 5 equals 20. 25 minus 5 equals 20. When we evaluate this expression, we arrive at 25 because 25 minus 5 equals 20. 3. Inverse operations. Opposite operations that undo another. For example, subtraction is the opposite of addition. Example, inverse of addition plus is subtraction. Inverse of multiplication is division. Inverse of subtraction is addition. Inverse of division is multiplication. For multiplication property of equality, M dot P dot E. Whatever is multiplied to one side of the equal sign must be multiplied to the other side. When an equation has multiplication, solve by division the same number of both sides. 5. Division property of equality. Whatever is divided to one side is equal of the equal side must be divided to the other side. When an equation has division, solve by multiplying the same number to both sides.
Awesome. So today we're going to be dealing with inverse operations for multiplication and division. So just to recap what Abigail read and Adam tried to read was that the inverse of multiplication is division and the inverse of division is multiplication. And to recap, you should have the learning target on your page. That's all you need for today. All right? So when we look here, oops, sorry, I didn't erase that. When we look at the example over here, we're going to show you what we're going to do here. We're going to do the opposite of multiplication. We have 3m is equal to 12. What we need to understand in this problem is that 3m, when there's no sign, this means multiplication. The coefficient and the letter together mean multiply. So I have to ask myself, what is the inverse of multiplication? And clearly it's division. So I make the wall like we've been doing, no change, right? I'm making my wall. I'm going to divide by 3 because I want to isolate. That means get the variable by itself. So if I divide by 3 on the left, I have to divide by 3 on the right. Does everyone follow that? Because it's the inverse of multiplication. So when I do the division, 3 divided by 3 is 1n, right? Which is also the same as if I just put an imaginary 1, which also means n, like we've been doing for the last few weeks. And I get 4 as the answer. And then the 3-line check is the same. Equation, substitute, number equal number. That's how we solve multiplication equations. Any questions on that part? For division, division's a little bit different, right? When we see that line, and Mr. R is going to go over an example with you. He's going to do problem 2 with you. When we see that line, we think fraction is division. Automatically, we see a bar, we think a division because it's a fraction, which is a rational number. So in order to figure out what that variable k is, folks, I'm going to still do my wall method, right? And I'm going to divide by I'm going to take the denominator, which is 2, and I'm going to multiply it by 2 on both sides to figure out something divided by 2 is 16, and that would be 32, because 16 times 2 is 32. Clear? All right, let's look at the example. All right, so let's look at the example. Number 1. We have 4m equal 24. We already know what m is, right? We know 4 times something is 24, right? We already know the answer is 6. Very simple. But we have to show it algebraically. So the first step we're going to do, guys, is we're going to make a wall, right? Your horizontal and vertical line. So I'm going to write over here like I did in the other class. Step 1, wall method. I'm just going to put wall. But before I do that, what number will we divide by on both sides to isolate or get the variable alone? Go ahead, Kalani. What do you got?
4.
4. So bam. What is the inverse of multiplication?
Division.
Good. You guys can type your answers in the chat. So I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides. Selena, what are you doing? We don't do that right now. 4. Okay. What is 4 divided by 4 now? That's easy. We know that.
1.
1, which is the same as what?
M.
1m and m are all the same. And then when we do the math, we arrive at 6. So what we did here is we made the wall. Then we did the inverse operation. So step 2 is inverse. And then step 3 is we solved. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions on how you solve a multiplication equation? Inverse of multiplying is dividing. Does everyone see that? It's the same as adding and subtracting, right? Just a different operation? Yes?
If you don't understand this, guys, I would highly suggest that you write down these steps. These steps right here will help you solve everything to today's class. Wall inverse solve. Wall inverse solve. Okay? Line 1 states that you have to write the equation. So 4m equals 24. Line 2, we have to substitute m now. What do we get for m? 6. So you're going to say 4 times 6 equals 24. And line 3, you're going to make sure that line 1 and 2 are the same, which equals 24. Wait, Miss Canella?
Yeah.
Before line 1, can you correct that when you have a chance? 4m plus 24, 4m equals 24.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So line 3, we're comparing line 1 and 2, making sure we got the same response. And that equals number, same thing. And that equals a check mark. No, you're fine, Miss Canella. Leave it like that. It's fine. All right. Number equals number. Does that make sense for you? Oh.
So the 3-line check, as Mr. Arches did with you, is the same thing we've been doing Monday and Tuesday. We're just going to have a different operation. That's it.
Miss Canella, can you shrink now to 100 and let's continue with problem 2 while people write that one down? That's perfect. Now, I know number 2 is small, guys, but Miss Canella's going to write it right underneath where it says line 3. She can write it there and we get transferred over. It's going to be 1/2 c equals 8. Now, remember what Miss Canella said. She said that as soon as you see that fraction, automatically you're going to distinguish this to be what? Division. So what's the inverse operation of division? Multiplication.
Multiplication.
Good. So And when we do the multiplication, we're going to do it on both sides. So we're going to times it by 2 on both sides because half is equal to 2. So first of all, step 2, inverse. Apologies, Ms. Camilla. Step 3, solve. Brandon, if you, I would highly suggest if you could hold it just for this one part because this is the division part is a little bit messy. And then you can go, I promise. So 1/2, remember, this is division. So we're going to do what? The inverse operation of division is going to be multiplication. We're going to times it by 2 on both sides. So what is 2 times 2? This will equal out to 1. And then this is going to be equal to, which is the same thing as the variable c. And then 8 times 2 is going to be equal to 16. So c is equal to 16. Does that make sense to everyone? Write this down, guys, because I easily confused this last period, and I'm okay. Everybody makes mistakes, right? I automatically said, okay, that's 1/2, and then this is c, the variable. So between that, there has to be a multiplication. And wrong. As soon as you see the fraction, you have to make sure that you distinguish that as division and then do the inverse operation of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, pretty sure. And we'll see more of them tomorrow, right?
I'm just trying to clarify that, guys, because that was a big, big part. So line 1, we're going to write it out. Write out the equation. 1/2 c equals 8. Line 2, we're going to substitute, right? 1/2 c, which is 16, equals 8. And that is true, right? Because what's 1/2 of 16? 8. And then line 3, line check. 8 equals 8, or number equals number, and that's a check mark. Does that make sense to you all? Thumbs up, please.
Yes.
I just want to say it. I got the gallery open right now, and I love this new feature. It's like you can see like 16 people on one sheet. It's nice.
How do you do that?
Oh, I don't know. It's just I have it like that right now.
Oh.
I'm looking at everyone right now, legit. Leanna, I don't have a response from you, so any thumbs up, guys? I know that you guys are writing, but I just want to, Brandon, you get to go, buddy. You can definitely go now. I just wanted to make sure you got that.
I think, Mr. R, does everyone have their thumbs up? I see Leanne.
No, not everyone. I'm missing Ian, Yerlin, Boris, Emmanuel. I know you guys are writing, but you could definitely give me a quick thumbs up, or if not, do the reaction bar on the bottom right. It stays up longer than your thumb, I promise you. For example, I'll put it up right now if you guys want. My reaction is gonna be a thumbs up. There it is. There it is, Caleb. It stays up way longer than you think. Trust me.
Yeah, good, Caleb.
Cool.
All right, Mr. R, I'm just gonna make sure that this is all off, and then we'll have our students do the rest, and we'll just be here to coach them. Everything is pretty straightforward. We laid it all out with the questions. All you guys got to do is fill in the blanks and do the math. Pretty straightforward, right? Right?
I would definitely write the steps out, though. Those steps will help you. I promise you.
Okay, problem number 2. This is a student now. Which student is this? Kalani Roman. Who's got this one?
That would be Kaylani.
Okay, you're gonna read it, answer it, and solve it. Go.
Problem 2 is Mr. R. I'm problem 3.
Oh, he did it.
Oh, that was problem 2. I apologize, Kaylani. This is you.
Yeah, this one's you. Model problem 2. You got this. Go.
Okay. What value of J makes the equation below true? 6J equals 72. Guiding question to find the answer. What is the equation? 6J equals 72. What is the sign after the variable? The sign after the variable is equal. What is the opposite? Division. 6 times what number will give you that? 6 times.
Look at your answer choices.
You got this, Kay. 6 times what?
12.
There you go.
Now go solve this equation using the wall method. Step 1.
So we have to do the wall thing. Then you divide 6 on both sides since we have to do the opposite of multiplication.
When you divide 6 on both sides, what do you get?
On the left side you get J or 1. And then on the right side, you get 12.
Yes, girl.
And that's why she's named Kehlani Wizard Queen of Mathematics. I change her names all the time, guys. 1 minute she's the queen, 1 minute she's the wizard, 1 minute she's everything. But that's just show you guys, right? That she's capable of doing this.
Just like you
Guess
all.
what? You are. That's what I'm saying. Like you guys are all capable. If you want your own nickname, you gotta start speaking up like Kehlani does. Got you. I got a nickname for days.
Everybody understand how she got to 12 though? Using the wall method, vertical and horizontal lines, performing the inverse of multiplication, which is division on both sides, not one, both. And then simply dividing 72 by 6. How many 6s are in 72? It's 12. We good? Got to remember these 3 steps. These are your life. This is your lifesaver right now for this part of the unit. Are we good? All right. I guess we're all right here. Let's take this down. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get this down. Okay, the next problem you're going to have to read very carefully. I'm not sure who you assigned to that. Kalani Roman?
It's me and Abigail.
All right, Leanna Sanchez. Start reading.
Says, hold on, I am blind right now. I can't see anything. A sandwich shop sells sandwiches for $4.95 each, including tax. The show received it says the show means the shop received a total of $99 from the sale of sandwiches afternoon. Which equation could be used to determine the number of sandwiches X sold by the sandwich shop that afternoon? Use the equation to determine how many sandwiches you can buy. Show all work below to receive full credit.
Okay, read the guiding question
So,
between 2 of them.
the guiding questions and to arrive at the answer. How much is each sandwich? Sandwiches, sorry.
How much is this?
All right. So,
How much is this?
each sandwich? Each sandwich is $4.95.
Read number 2.
Let blank write the variable on the line to represent the number of sandwiches sold by the sandwich shop that afternoon. X.
Yep, see it, guys? X 495. Okay, let me just catch up to you. Oh, wait, I don't want that. I want to put here. Okay, let's do the next part. What's the equation going to look like?
The equation is going to look like $4.95 X equals $99.
Awesome. So that means you pick A, B, C, or D.
We pick C.
Huh?
C.
Good. You are correct.
Okay.
Now we have to do 2 more things. We have to do the solving. So what are the 3 steps in solving an equation?
3 steps in solving an equation is we have to
The 3
The
steps.
wall method.
What do we do first?
I already said the wall method.
Yes, the wall method. 1. Use the wall. What's step 2, young lady?
Emmanuel, you can go to the restroom, sir. Go.
Step 2 is first operation,
First,
and then
and step
3
3
is
is
solve.
All right. I think you and Abigail are trying to say something too. The 2 of you kind of tackled it at the same time. Are you going to, or is Abigail going to help you out, Miss Leanna?
I can go because I did first.
Okay, just coach her. You guys coach each other if you make a mistake. Okay, Abigail. Leanna's here for support. So what do you do?
So since it is multiplication, we have to divide.
By what?
Do $4.95
Mhm.
and do the same thing on the other side.
Yes, Abigail. Now what?
And then we have to do 99.0 divided by $4 and
You
95
get 20.
20 what?
It's 20.
equals
20.
20.0.
20 sandwiches.
It's just 20, Abigail. It's another calculator. It just it has like a bunch of, it makes it into a decimal.
There are 20 sandwiches sold in the shop. If each one's $4.95, I can buy 20 if I have $99. That's what that means. These are real world situations. Do you know what I mean by that? When you go to the bottega or the deli near the school or near your house and you say, here, one sandwich is $4.95. I only got like, let's say $99. I can buy 20 of those sandwiches for that amount. Does that make sense? This is how math relates to the real world. And this is what people do when they own restaurants and stores, for example, to figure out, okay, if someone's going to give me like a $99 in cash, credit card, whatever it is, they want to be able, they're going to order 20 sandwiches if each one's $4.95. Now, how do we do a check? What's the first line?
You would have to multiply 20.
So we're going to rewrite the equation. What's the first one? Come on, somebody help us out. You guys are doing awesome.
4.95.
So line 2, after that, line 2 is going to be $4.95, and then you can write in parentheses 20 equals $99. The reason why I'm putting the 20 there, because that means that we are dividing. We multiplied $4.95 times 20 to get $99. And then line 3 is $99 equals $99, and then we write a big fat check mark.
Because we're proving that line 1 and line 2 are equivalent to the third line. That means equal, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Are there any questions on what Leanne and Abigail did? Because they actually tackled this amazing. They did great teamwork, if you ask me. Anyone have any questions? Now's the time for you to say, hey, can you guys explain how you got whatever it is? Ask now. And Kalani's been doing awesome too on her share. So last call, last call, last call. Going once. Going twice. Going a third time. All right, because this is what you guys are going to be doing on your own in a few moments. All right, we kind of kept it short today to only 4 problems, I believe, Mr. R and I created, so that you could have more time to practice. All right, last problem, problem number 4. This one's really easy. Who's got this one, Miss Roman?
Well, since I did 2 and Leanna and Abigail did 3, we don't know.
Go pick somebody. Pick a peer. I have one in mind if you don't. Ramesses, you're up, sir. Let's go.
Okay.
Mariama.
Mariamo sells 6 tickets for a school fundraiser. The total price of 6 tickets is $84. Write and solve an equation to find out the piece of 1 ticket.
Okay, so what do we do, sir? Read the guiding questions.
The blank valuable letter presents the price of each ticket.
Okay, so what do we do?
Let's
Let what represent the price of each ticket?
a letter.
What letter? You're right. What letter would you like to use in this problem?
E, I guess.
Huh? You want to
Like
use
E.
E? Okay.
Yeah.
E works. Because it didn't say, it said a letter. Continue on. Number 2, sir.
How many tickets is whatever her name is selling for the fundraiser? See, 6 tickets.
Okay. Keep going.
Is $84.
$84. Okay. So he said that, how many tickets? This is 6. Oops, sorry. Okay, keep going.
$84.
Mm-hmm.
The equation would be
What are we doing with the 6 and the E? Are we adding or multiplying? Think about it.
you're multiplying.
Good. So 6E, I'm going to put the E in capital letter. 6E equals what? You got this. 84, right? Number 5. Read it, please, and tell us what we write.
What is the inverse operation of multiplication division?
Excellent. Right? Not so hard, right? Ramesses?
Yeah.
Okay, continue, sir. You're doing awesome.
Huh?
You're doing awesome.
Thanks. One number will be divided by both sides of the equation. 84.
Well, 84 is there. So what are we going to divide by in order to get E by itself? What's in front of E? What's the coefficient?
6.
There you go. Now we're going to go and solve this. Are you with us?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go solve this. I'm going to write it here. 6E, you said, equal 84. What is the first step in solving this equation?
First, we're gonna divide 6 on both sides.
Okay, do the inverse, and then we're going to solve, right? Wall inverse solve. I think Mr. R said it a few times already. Wall inverse solve. Okay.
And then 6 divided by 6.
Is what?
And then 6 divided by 84. That's 14.
14 what?
14 is E.
How much is a ticket?
Oh, a ticket is $14.
Good. Now do the 3-line check. Line 1, we do what? Line 1, you rewrite the equation. What's the equation? You did a beautiful job. Almost there. Finish strong. We start strong, finish strong. 6E equal what?
6E equals 14.
Line 2, we're going to substitute now. What are we putting in place of E?
14 in parentheses equals 84.
And the 3rd line, we're going to show that both the right and the left are equivalent. So what number? Sorry. What is the product of 6 and 14, sir?
The product of 6 and 14 is $1.
What's 6 times 14? You just said it before.
Oh, 6 times 14, 84.
So is the right and the left side Ramesses the same thing, sir? Do the right and the left have the same number?
Yeah.
So number equal number check. We do equation line 1. We take the 14, right? And what we're doing is we're substituting it in place of the E. That's what you did. Then you show that the left, which is 84, has the same as the right to prove that your answer is right and makes sense. Questions, comments, concerns? Thank you, Ramesses. Nice job. You're going to earn your points. Sir, make sure that you have these all written neatly on your paper, okay? Everybody? Are we good? All right, I guess we can go now into exit independent, because there's no exit ticket today because we made it longer. Mr. R and I made a little longer one because we wanted you to practice today. And then we want you to be able to do iReady. So we're going to open that up now. I'm going to go over where that is. 2 assignments, your daily notes and your independent. We're going to do independent now. I'm going to open it up. I don't know why people are doing it when we had it closed. All right, you're going to type in, you're in class 604. Oh, let me hit that open. You're going to type in how many points you think you got, okay, from 0 to 15, 0, 5, 10, 15. We just did this question. Remecy, since you just modeled this problem, what was the equation we just did? I purposely put this here for a reason on this one. Remecy, what was question 3? We just did it with Mariama. Is it the first one or the second one?
It's the first one.
Beautiful. Everyone see that? The first answer, yes? Okay. Let's move on to number 4. Hey, David, where are you at, David? Actually, Juliana, can you read number 4, Juliana?
Question 4. It is recommended that one fire extinguisher be available for 3,036 square feet in a building. Write and solve an equation to determine if the number of fire extinguishers needed for a building that has 504 square feet.
All right, Miss Juliana, what is the total amount of square feet in this problem?
The total amount?
Yeah, for the whole building, huh?
5.
Yeah.
504,000.
Good. Now let's go back to the word problem. How much is 1 square foot of a fire extinguisher? Look in the word problem. How many square feet is 1 fire extinguisher? Read the first sentence.
36,000 square feet.
Okay, so everyone see where these numbers are coming from, right? Now, what are we going to use to represent the fire extinguishers? What variable?
F.
So are we adding or multiplying 1 square foot and the fire extinguishers to figure out how many I need for 504,000 square feet? Are we going to add or multiply? What makes sense here?
We're gonna multiply.
Right, we're going to multiply 36,000 square feet times the number of fire extinguishers to figure out how many I need to cover 504,000 feet. Does that make sense, Juliana?
Yeah.
Okay, so Juliana, now I want to solve this equation. How would I go about to tackle it? What's the first step? I make a...
The wall method.
Okay, and then now after I do step 1, wall 2 says I do the what? The starts with an I.
The inverse.
Yes, the inverse of what operation is 36,000 F? What's the, huh?
What was the question?
What's the inverse of multiplication?
The inverse of multiplication, division.
Yes, so I have to divide by 36,000, young lady, on both sides. Now, you guys have an advantage. I'm going to show you something that the other class didn't get to see. When I line up my zeros, right, I'm sure you learned this when you were in the younger grades. You line up your zeros and you can kind of cross them out. So technically, all you really got to divide is 504 by 36. So if you divide 36 outside, right, and inside the house, you're going to figure out how many fire extinguishers you need using the DMSB method. Drink my Starbucks. For divide, right, multiply, subtract, bring down, Juliana. Does 36 go into 5, Juliana?
No.
No. Does it go into 50?
Yes.
Yeah, how many times? 1 or 2?
1.
1. So I divided. Now I'm going to multiply 1 times 36. Any number times 1 is itself, right? So we're going to get 36. Now, can you take 0 from 6? Somebody, help her out. Who wants kickboard points? Somebody.
No.
No, so make
No.
it a 10. Make this a 4. Go ahead, Caleb. Continue. Finish. Help her out.
Okay.
10 from 6?
What was the next number?
Yeah. So now here. Yep, what's the next number? How many times does 36 go into 144?
2 times.
Really?
No, three
What's it?
times.
36 times 3. Let's see. What's 6 times 3?
18. I mean, 18. Yeah.
3 times 3 is what?
9,
Plus 1?
10.
So that's too little. Should we try 4?
Yes. So it's gonna be 4
Why?
because it's gonna be more than 3, and the answer will be 144.
Yep, it gives you exactly the amount you need. So how many fire extinguishers are needed then?
0. Well, 0.
14.
0? Whoa.
Oh no, I got confused because you were writing it. I mean
Okay.
14.
Okay, thank you. That's what I thought you were going to tell me. All right. Does everyone see that? How number 4 is 14? All right. So the next question, we're going to kind of do like a check-in, a little poll in the chat, which is really cool. So the little poll in the chat is going to be this. I'm going to put the number 1 and number 2 next to the problem. And you simply are going to type 1 if you think it's 1 and 2 if you think it's 2 for this problem. The next problem reads, what is today's learning target? 1 if you're multiplying and dividing, and 2 if you did multiplication and addition. Please type in the chat 1 or 2 for number 5. I got 3 responses. Wow. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It looks like consensus rules 1. 1 it is. This is the answer. For number 5, the answer is 1. Are we clear? Anyone have any questions? All right, let's move on. Same protocol for number 6. Which of the following is the correct definition of the multiplication property of inequality? If you think it's when you multiply one side, you must be multiplied by the other, you type 1. Use your notes from today. If you think the multiplication property of equality says divide, just look at the word, type 2. 1 or 2 for number 6. Let's do a poll in the chat. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. We need some more responses. 1, 1. About 1, 1, 1. Okay. Consensus rules, the answer is the first one. I think there's one more question in this chat. In this not chat, in this little message here. Okay. What is the value of J in the equation to make it true? Justin Bodo, how do you solve this?
Okay, so you get 2J for 2J,
Yeah.
and then you have to use the multiplication property
Yes.
the-
Of what?
of
the oh, you just said it.
equality thing.
Yes, Justin. Now, what is J equal to? This is great, Justin. J equals what? 72 divided by 2 is how much on your calculator, sir? 30 what?
6.
Yes, Justin. Everyone see that? Does anyone have any questions?
I got a picture.
So, someone's got some noise in the background. All right, I think I figured it out. So does everyone see what we did here on today's lesson on multiplying and dividing equations? So before we proceed on to your notes, I would like to have some feedback. So Kalani, if you had to rate this class on a scale of 1 to 10 today, what would it be and why? Just verbally tell us.
I think it's 10 because everyone participated together and they helped each other out.
Okay. What about you, Kayla? How would you rate this class today on a scale 1 to 10 and why? Justify your answer.
I would rate it a 10 because you broke down all the questions, which made it easier. And like Kehlani said, we all well participated and worked together.
How about you, Abigail? Scale 1 to 10, how do you rate this class and why today?
I rate this class a 10 because I agree with Caleb and Kaylani that everybody participated and how the teachers broke down every question so we could solve it separately and slowly.
Okay. And Emma, what about you? How do you rate this class today on a scale 1 to 10 and why, Emma? Verbally tell us. Come off mute and tell us.
I rated a 10 because it was easy for me to understand because you put the steps on the side instead of just going all the way with it. So it helped me to know the steps so I can figure it out.
What about you, Adam? On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate this class?
I rate this class a 10 out of 10 because everybody participated and the explanation and the problems, so it made me understand more.
What about you, Brandon? What's your rating today and why, sir?
My rating today is 10 because you guys tried to like simplify all the equations that we did, so all of us can understand the problem.
Okay, what about you, Boris? On a scale of 1 to 10, come off mute and tell us what you rate this class and why, bud. Boris? What do you think about today's lesson on a scale of 1 to 10?
A 10
Can you tell us why? Why do you give it a 10?
because you like really explain how like the things work and I really understand it.
All right, Ramesses, I'll take one more. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate this class and why?
I rate this class a 10 because to me it seems like everybody understood the question, everybody participated, everybody, yeah, they know what to divide and how to put the question on paper. And yes, I rate this class a 10.
Awesome. Thank you guys for your participation. I know we didn't get to ask everyone, but for time, now what we would like for you guys to do is to submit your notes. If you need any visuals, you can always go back to Google Classroom. You will find 4 screenshots there that Mr. R posted, one for the first problem, one for problem 2, one for problem 3, and one for problem 4. After that's all done, then you will continue to do your iReady with the next 10 minutes remaining. Are we clear? Anyone have any questions for Mr. R or I? Cameras need to be on at all times unless you tell us in the chat. I know some of you are using iPads and already sent a private message to Mr. R and I, so that's why they're off. But other than that, if we don't know, you know the deal, all right? Reminder, tomorrow is Friday. You need your 150 minutes of iReady, minimum. Only 150. You don't have to do any more. By tomorrow at 3.